Quaddy legs, Rose Hill.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Quaddy legs. Here it is. Race 6 we start with the
Fillies and mares.
Corner
The
mares.
apples and pears. Although there's only. Is there any apples in here?
Gee, there must be no races around for Daisy Doom to bring it back to 1200.
$3.10 in favourite. $6.50 is Painted Firetail back from somewhere. $7 Alert, $7.50 Nudie Rudy, $9 Wine Tails, $9 Yuma Desert, $11 Rawinda, $13 Lemmy Astray.
Lemmy Astray? Yeah, I just yawned, that's why I said excuse me.
$41 the bottom. Well, no Kathy on Lemmy Astray tomorrow. It's B Spriggs, wide gate. Surely attempts to cross and lead.
I would say so.
Nudie Rudy is up from 1100, second up, won't be too far away. Alpen Rose on the outside of Lemmy Astray's got a little bit of toe. She's running a sequence of 1,000 metre races up north. Daisy Doom is handy-ish. Allart's drawn inside tomorrow and shouldn't be too far away. Basically we've got Wine Tails and Painted Firetail at the back of the field.
Did you mention Yuma Desert? Where is it?
I don't know where it is because it's been missing the start lately. You know, it's a leader that has raced well off the speed.
It's not a good sign, is it?
Well, it looks like it's off the board. It's off, doesn't it?
I got to say, if you've been back on this horse at $4 and $4.40, $9 tomorrow, you've got to make sure you're on it. It's fourth up. It's been parading really well. Yeah, it's been missing the kick, but then getting into funny spots. Gee, I thought you had to be all over tomorrow, at the price especially.
And what are we saying about Bishin tomorrow? Because we haven't seen Bishin for ages.
Well, it was riding well in Melbourne.
Does he just come back here and it fits slot straight in?
Yep. I think so. Yeah. I've been hearing some rumours about Shinny. I hope he's all right.
You hear all the goss.
Look, I back Yuma Desert every start this preparation, and I was going to pen it tomorrow. Like, I've had enough.
Well, can you make sure you tell me if you pen it and don't back it? Because I want to then double my bet. Not because I'm saying you're a mop, because that's how it rolls.
I think he's already penned it.
I've got to give it one more chance, good. Mainly because of the price and the way it's been parading, and I don't understand how it's been going so bad.
Daisy Doom, $3.10 Glenn, back from 1400. Did seem to get a few favours the other day.
Did seem to enjoy every metre of the 1400. They went from 11 to 14, really stretched out in the last 50 metres. Is it going to be able to do that tomorrow, coming back to 1200? It's had the 3 weeks off, which is a bit of a freshen up, but hard for me to find $3.10 tomorrow. And also, could find myself in a funny spot there with the young Atkins.
Yeah, look, I said 13 to 4. Where are you going, Glenn? Apart from the fact that you're not going to lose on Yuma Desert.
I won't be losing it, and I'm not going to lose for sure. I thought it would have charged through the line, Nudie Rudy. I know it sort of came off a bit of a PR, but I thought it did something the other day. And I didn't want to lose on Painted Firetail with the stable switch. I just thought my numbers were going to be 5, 6, 4. And what do we say about horses leaving that stable? We saw Sarajevo last week just announce itself as a non-horse, but you're talking about State Switch. State Switch, yes.
State Switch.
I'm saying State Switch. Yeah. When you said Painted Firetail left O'Shea's stable, I mentioned that then. I nearly had a heart attack because I don't want to be on those.
I hadn't noticed it. I was responding to your...
I know, I meant like State Switch, not Stable Switch. Yeah, State Switch. You got to stop playing the shields, mate. You're going mad.
1.
What do you mean 1?
And 4.
Good old Wine Tails.
Follow my money.
It just wouldn't be a Saturday Sydney meeting if you didn't have one of Chris's perennials.
I really like the way he rode that horse last time. He's on. I'm not going to bet very hard at this race at all, but I agree with what Glenn's saying about 4, and I like the race that the 6 comes from in Melbourne.
I'm just saying with my Wine
I'm happy with McDonald to $1.
So Wine Tails is the sort of horse you want to be all over on his 50s and 60s and 70s.
No, I was all over at 30s.
I'm just saying with Wine Tails, it's had 2 disappointing preparations today, and that was actually showed something the first run back. Could he have finally switched it on again
Isn't
or
it
not?
a classic case of that horse will do well from a wide gate, even if it goes back and sits on the rails. You draw that horse inside, it's the wrong draw.
Surely they know that by now.
I don't want to be on the horse tomorrow.
And Alart is sort of in the same boat, did such a good, brave job the other day, saying, do I just like good tracks? But then it goes into gate 1 and I'm going, oh God, that doesn't feel any good either.
I actually have to have a lard on top.
No G Ryan on it tomorrow, boys. No G Ryan for 7 weeks. So, G's riding that horse at Scone?
Yes, yeah. That was interesting.
Is that why it was so short at Beaumont the other day? Because honestly, it didn't look to have any hope.
How'd it go, Pokemon?
Led and retired.
Anyway, Mr. Cullen up there finally got someone and give him 7 weeks. Like, been sort of giving it to him a bit over the last few years about how no one ever gets put out up there, and I thought it was right that you had been certainly dragged in. They didn't miss it with 7 weeks, so you beauty.
What about Lemmy Australia, who has now had 2 1200 metre runs and had to chase the other day? Might find the
Well, let's
find the front of the bus tomorrow.
Let's ask Gord, because he seems to be the leany stray man. Is it a Saturday horse? That's what I keep thinking.
No, it's not.
So it's more of a Wednesday country horse.
And it's not the right stage of its prep. No, not for me. By the way, I'm actually reasonably keen on number 2 Alert here. Last preparation, you can forgive all those runs because they were on wet tracks, so ignore those sort of low finishing positions. He came back and was a real sort of solid, strong run after a nice trial win at Musselbrook as well. So
he's a winner. 24 starts, 7 wins, and only 2 placings. He's a winner for sure, Alert. And he's an easy horse to always be on the right side. What price did he do tomorrow, Mark?
$7.
So he's going to be $10 on the fair.
I'll never forget the race that she won. She might have even won this race 12 months ago. It was the lowest win of all time. Remember, G. Ryan wrote it, and he was in the PR. He was in the group of two, and there it was sitting there, and I'm just going, wow, you just have to piss in from that position, and it just got the job.
I think it's fair to say that it is what it is. It's just a race, you know.
Yeah, it's just a race.
It's a tricky race that you don't.
I don't have a good handle on this race.
I think the marketplace is going to bag Daisy Dermott's $3.20 now. I think it'll jump at like $5 and probably still win.
Could still win.
Yeah.
That's race
Driver's
6.
more mad.
Yeah. That's race 6. Race 7 over 1500 and Moa is $2.35 with Gun on board tomorrow. $5.50 is Balmain Boy, $6 Royal Tudor, $7 Trafalgar, $14 Mr. Gustavo, $14. $15 Darcy's Affair, $17 Wine and Dine on the 7-day backup.
Well, it's our first certainty of the day, isn't it? Isn't it just completely unbeatable, Mo? Well, how does it get beat? Gets control, Abdullah, slides across, takes up the running.
He knows what to do here. He's got to lead.
And just lead nice and steady off the fence even. Here we get the instructions off Nathan Stone, just sit out here, He's going to put everything in checkmate on the inside, cross down to the fence at about the 400 and then just flick up and run away. How does it get beat? And who beats it?
Mr. Gustavo, I reckon, might run a race.
Paraded like a skunk first up. I'll get a job if it wins.
What does it go, Glenn?
It ran huge then.
And that's what I'm saying also, that when they parade that poorly and run so good, it's
not good.
No,
it's a bad rap on the race, I think.
Okay.
It's a bad rap.
That's interesting.
Like Royal Tudor, does it?
I totally agree with
Does it
Moa.
win?
I'm just saying. Remember we talked about that?
I'm saying I think the only danger to Moa is Mr. Gustavo.
Yeah.
Because
Where
it's got
do you reckon
question
they'll
marks.
ride
If it's the only danger, then
This
is a
well,
certainty.
I think it's a certainty.
Okay. One of the Agordi
All right,
odds.
it's just
It
look,
will be definitely
Glenn,
in there.
that was a leg in the first set.
Glenn,
of the
I
racing
like
at
it. I
Multi.
don't like the price.
Yeah, it
And-
was.
But what's wrong with the price? Where's the market?
Just have a look. Royal Tudor started shorter than it when they last ran at Randwick, and Balmain Boy started shorter and beat it home last time they ran.
Good points, Mark. But I suppose that makes.
It's just a drag on the horse. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I
can only see upside. 4th up, tick. Barrier 7, tick. Racing position, tick. Abdullah, tick. Won by 3.5 lengths last day at the track. Goes up benchmark, sure, but it's just a tickathon.
And it just seems like me like it's
Yeah,
just
but
one
didn't
of
it?
those
Like it had
rose-haired
nothing
horses.
chasing it the other day. You had Nassac forced to chase and gave up, and there was just nothing in the race.
We had Nassac, Pianissimo, and Multifacets finishing the race off. I'm saying that they're better horses than Royal Tudor, Trafalgar first up, and Balmain Boy. Last 10 starts has been favourite, hasn't won. Leave me out of Balmain
Oh
Boy.
yeah, I mean you can say Balmain Boys SPs are false SPs, can't you? Yeah? Mark? Or are you still going to take it notice of?
I think it's SPs because everyone loves the word Balmain Boy. Everyone thinks they were once
It
a
rolls off
Balmain
the
Boy.
tongue, doesn't it?
Look, I would love to declare Moa tomorrow, but I can't declare it.
I've declared it.
Okay. Race 8. This is looking like a very short part 2, Glenn. 1,300 metres, and an odd little race, this one. $6 Burning Passion. By the way, Storm Siren running tonight. $6 Burning Passion, $6 Cana. Big hello to D. Flindell there. Cana, Wedding Feast at Cana. Hear me? $6
What's it
Asanara.
called? Can I?
Kanya.
With a Y.
Kenya.
Like DN.
Kenya.
Yeah.
Does he
Kenya.
really? How do you get that? It's Kenna. Kenya. I suppose I call myself
Anyway,
Glenster.
those of us that were Bible bashers in our youth, we do know that it's called Cana. $6
Are you a
Aston
religious man now?
No,
But you went to a religious school, like me.
I was a good little altar boy.
Yeah. Yeah. And are you now though? I've never asked you this. Are you a religious person now?
No.
Do you go to church?
No.
What,
No,
when
but-
did
but
you have
when
your
the
epiphany
census-
and change? When did you like get out of, I was once an altar boy? I could just see you as a serious altar boy now.
So on the census, do you say tick
Well,
Catholic or not?
the problem I have is that if I say no religion, right, then I'm denying the first 15 years of my life. It's like
That's what I'm saying. So when did you have your change? With me, it was when the buildings came down.
Well, I was just going to give up when I got the opportunity to give up. It was like I had to be, you're a kid, you have to do what you're told, and then when you get your own choice, you don't go.
Well, that's why
You know, in
I
the buildings-
don't think you should be ticking the box because you had no free will when.
Oh, yeah,
I know, but I
during
was
your
still
religious period.
part of
I
my.
write a little circle
part
ticket
of
and write
my
punter. I write punter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just tick a little punter box. When the buildings came down in New York, I honestly, I wasn't like young. I was, what was it, 2000 and, was it 2016?
2001.
Yeah, so I'm 38.
Leighton Hewitt won
I'm 38 and I watched
2
it
days
happen.
later.
And I remember thinking with the planes went into the building, they might be hijacked planes, but they would have for sure dropped the people off. At 38, that's what I thought. I thought,
Drop them off.
yeah, like a bus. Everyone get out, we're going to crash this plane. And when they said they were full planes, I went, oh, wow. I mean, I was just so into gambling. I'm like so ignorant of a lot of things. But I honestly thought, oh, they've hijacked the plane.
So you were religious till then?
Before that,
Well, I took the kids went to Catholic schools.
Okay.
I went to a Catholic school. I'm not saying I was super religious, but I'm saying I would have prayed.
so when you were actually in church, do you go and have a wafer biscuit and a glass of red wine?
No, only because I went to a Catholic church and I was the only Church of England.
Oh, okay.
It's a long story.
It's a very long
It's another one of those stories about me.
I remember
Don't
I had
get
to
me going.
go to this incredibly long I'm like raging atheist, obviously, and I had to go to this incredibly long mass, and I was nudging Dad when I was a kid. I said, I'm starving. He says, well, go and get in that line and get yourself a wafer.
Good on Ronnie. Good on Ronnie.
The whole word atheist is just because of religion.
Well, it shouldn't. It
I
shouldn't.
made my own decisions like I think myself.
Yeah, I don't
I
don't like it's called. I don't like the fact that it's called. It's actually anti-theist. We shouldn't have our own thing. That we shouldn't be anti.
Like
We
fairy
we
tale.
should have our own religion, says God.
Well, we do. The punters.
I still
Yeah,
thought they
follow your
dropped. I
money.
still thought they dropped those people off to
Ten
this day.
Commandments.
I reckon those people got
That's
out.
an
of it.
idea, like the Ten Commandments of the
Okay, anyway,
Oh yeah, that's good.
There you go.
this is game on
should
this
get a-
race.
Sorry, come on, we're talking about racing, you guys. Not the ranting.
Shut up, you two. I tell you what, I'm going to reorganise the seats next week.
Yeah,
This is no good like this. So I'm just going to have to
Get back to race 8.
I'm going to have to crack the whip. There's a bit happening here because we've got Il Mio Destino, who was ridden crazily conservatively the other day because of the small field, and got Choice Lager out in the deep. Kana is underneath them poking up. Riker is fresh off how many trials, Gord? 3? And then Burning Passion, who's finally had to go. I'll have to have a start at Rose Hill because there's only one Randwick meeting left for the year. And as trialled as is
We've got these
customarily.
Two disappointing Waller horses that are first up and going to sit back, and can they finish over the top of them in Redoubtable Heart and Cawthon's Power?
Both
who-
off very long spells as well.
off long spells. Look at Redoubtable Heart, like it's hard to imagine. It's 15 starts, 1 win. Wow. Which I thought won more than one race.
That was actually only half a win, Glenn.
What's the
Do you remember Bishan? It was.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was Gay's thing on the inside with Adam Hieronymus, maybe. It was
Good man.
kept bobbing, and they had to split the race.
I've got to say, boys,
It was on.
I nearly need $33 here for no comment on the race because I'm mounting our mail, obviously, because I've mentioned both those Waller horse off year runs, and I just can't get my thoughts around the race. I've got Riker first up, Final Decision first up. Il Mio Destino, who's going to be go better tomorrow, but does he ever put a 1 next to his name? Like, never.
Probably the only horses I'm interested in are the first up horses, so I won't be betting until I get the
Mounting Yard
mounting yard mail.
Think I
And
would
the
go-
one I'm
what price-
particularly
sorry.
interested in is number 5, Redoubtable Heart.
What
I
price
always
was-
thought the horse had
sorry.
ability.
What price is Canna? I didn't listen.
So he hasn't got it either. Kana, $6.
I'm gonna back Wartails to place into Canada to place. Same form.
I will say one thing about Kane tomorrow. It is drawn to PR throughout.
I'm gonna back it and back it with
6
Wartails.
up,
Same
super
form
fit, one at the track. There's a lot to like about Kane tomorrow.
Same form multis, they're gold, I reckon.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
It is a clever play by Dicko, the same form multis.
Thank you.
And
Effing moral time.
we're not ready for the last race yet, Glenn. This is the last race. No, I haven't finished on the penultimate yet.
Sorry, mate. I got excited.
So can we just talk about number one, which I realise has been around and around and around and around, trial between every start, but at least he hasn't claimed on it. Put T Clark on it. It did contest in a big way the other day. It was a surprisingly good
Isn't
run
all
on
the
a dry
form in
track.
that race no good?
Well, but it's probably one of the few horses with any form. The other horse I want to talk about is Asanara, who of course did nothing in a walking race the other day, and it gets a game on race tonight.
Race
Comes back in distance.
Right up to its looks the other day.
Yeah,
Paraded
horrible.
like a
I remember you
skunk.
saying.
Paraded like a skunk.
So it's gone.
No.
It's finished?
No, it paraded like a skunk the other day first up.
So you're saying if it improves from the yard, it can improve dramatically on the
It
track.
improves the yard. What happens is they go home, right? They go home, they wash them down, the horse is bloody bugging, they just sit there looking for a day, and the next day they wake up early, they have a trot and camp, and do they eat their whole feed bin, they start going, right, I'm going to eat now. Oh, I'll go and I'll gallop, and I'll eat, and I'll eat, and I'll eat, and they come out and parade well. Or do they go, you know what, I'm sick of eating, I'm sick of life, I'm a bit like Glenn Pollock, I've had enough. They get like that.
Well, she's a mare that won her first 2 starts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we often see this with mares. You know, they've got this little
Oh,
collection
okay.
of.
They string their winners.
You know, they've got
Things
this
together.
little picket, little set of pickets somewhere.
I saw she was in the market. I didn't even regard her as a chance until Manning Yard again. Like I said, I haven't got much opinion of the race.
And the other thing I want to say about the race is I mentioned it'll be on. I forgot about the fact that there's Eminent Duke going up to 1300 with Deanne on board. It's like the way we go. It can be a hard horse to get out of the gates, but if she can seal him along, he can be even setting the speed.
And
So what I'm saying
tomorrow-
is that this is a fast run race.
Okay, well, Eminent Duke was very well back in the ring the other day, and but again, the other day, that's that day at Canterbury. It looks like a Wednesday race to me, Mr.
Well, no,
Man.
I'm not tipping the horse. I'm saying this horse is part of a very solid speed.
Okay, so we come back to the 2 Waller things first up for you. Dolphins Power.
Wow. Anyway, that's an enigmatic
Some
race.
cricketers in
without
that
the
Cawthon's Bear, isn't there?
Now to the nightcap, Glenn. Sorry, I just stole that
Australian
from you.
captains,
Nightcap.
Oh yeah.
$3.
Fucking moral time.
$3.50
People
Nieta.
like-
I should say that these prices are with $8.50 Sugar Bay Leonard, who is running tonight, not running tomorrow. $3.50 Nieta. $5.50 Raphael's Cat, another horse off a very long spell. $5 LMNOP. $8 Top Striker. $8.50 Infradig. Glenn's Moral from last week. $17 Highly Geared, and Long Odds the other 2. So Highly Geared, we know where it's going to be. It's got Deanne.
Bang.
It's going to be there. Top Striker goes up to 1100 finally. Whoever thought that it'd sit at 1,000 metres for 3 runs straight. Raphael's Cat is he's first up a very long spell. He would like to lead. And next best looks to be LMNOP from the low draw. All right, Glenn, you want to go last again?
Yeah, and we'll try and pick it. Eh? Right, let's see you get this one.
What
I
do you
like,
go?
yeah, I like Top Striker. Call that to $1.
Yes,
Gate 7, 4th up.
He's doing it again.
Okay.
Did you see him last time?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah,
I was watching
yeah.
at the airport.
Me, I'm keen. I think this horse is a really top quality horse. It's quite a strong race, but I clearly have number 8 Nieta on top. It flew last start, and I think it's a good horse. Likely up to 1100 metres, all good, and I'll be backing number 8 Nieta.
And talk to me about the trials of Raphael's Cat, Gord, because he had a short course trial and then trialled without blinkers. Second trial.
Yeah, there's got to be a question. This horse could have some ability. Yeah, definitely. I think
This form is.
that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't want to declare Nieta moral because I think there's a question mark about how much ability Raphael's Cat does have. So
Yeah, Tarkman,
it's ready to go. Stable's firing. It's got Shin on board. It's got to be a danger. But yeah, did you see Nieta win last start? It was just was so dominant, wasn't it? You know?
Very interesting point.
Yeah,
I hate this race, so Glenn, away you go.
It's absolutely unbeatable in the air. It'll just piss him. $3.20, $3.30. I know it's not as big as I was last week, but it is unbeatable. Gorge, right? It's all style, it's all charisma. It's just like a good thing, and probably only 2 chances to run second there. The horse we took last week, which was in for a dig and or top striker. But yeah, it does the job by about 3 lengths there, boys.
That's the Saturday preview show. Don't forget to check out the Ratings to Win info package. It's free on the site. That'll have you busy reading for the rest of the day. And we'll have. Did we have anything else to talk about? I can't remember whether there were any more comments that I've.
Well, I do say
overlooked.
We're going to do a Racing Rant multi this weekend.
I think
Well,
I was just going to mention a multi for the punters because I'm a bit disappointed myself that the there's only $3.30.
Don't mention it yet. You got a lot. We'll get up to 100 likes and we'll post the multi
on Dickie's mailbag thing.
on the Racing Rant page.
Oh, on the
we'll
Racing
post.
Rant,
100 likes.
If this video gets 100 likes, we'll post the multi.
What does likes mean? If we get that anyway.
Just give them a
This means
thumbs up.
people
You know,
have gone, oh, I enjoyed that. I watched it and I enjoyed it.
Okay, sweet. All right, you'll find the multi on that, and
and look
By the
out.
way, there's going to be a reduction in the header as well, isn't there?
Yeah, because it's $8.50 Sugar Bay limit.
Yeah.
who
So it's
must
not
be something to beat them tonight.
I'm pretty keen tonight.
Gord,
Well, there's one for you.
what else do we have to talk about? Sandown tomorrow, Gord. Are you and Dick are going to have a look at Sandown later?
Well, maybe we'll see how we go. We've got to do Canterbury as well, so it's a pretty busy Friday.
Canterbury, Dicko's got a job as a builder.
Look, I've had a look at Mark's sheets, and I think there's some fantastic plays there. So I'd recommend to people to get Mounting Yard Mail, particularly for those horses first up that are interested
a lot of
in.
stuff
And
first
Mark's he's got a lot of horses he's found that sort of are at great prices where I think, I'm going to be at least hedging or covering my primary bets with. So
Yeah, thanks,
very good
Gord.
stuff.
So yes, you've got the ability to buy my comprehensive set tomorrow for Rosehill, also Kembla Grange tomorrow, Canterbury tonight if you're in that position, and then you've got Beaumont on Sunday.
I'm getting all 3 meetings, and I can't wait to get there. Thanks so much for watching the previous Saturday. I'll be back with the rant on Monday, of course, and tell them not to email anymore. Was what?
Comments.
Comment in. I don't even know what that means, but
Below this video, comment.
about
Any
ranting
questions you
and
got? Anything that you? Any
Donald
feedback?
Trump might interest you.
Donald.
How great is Donald Trump being president? It is pretty fun.
Man, what about, I was watching it all, so I had Betfair on the computer and then the news on the telly, and I was just so excited. Yeah. The shame of it was I had to ring up every time I wanted to have a bet, which was annoying, but anyway,
Oh, couldn't you just click in?
because it was live.
Oh.
In play.
Yeah.
But hasn't it been in
Yeah.
play for 2 years? What point did they put the in play button on? On the day
It
off?
said, it was actually like hours, so yeah, so it had
There we have it. That's the end of the Saturday preview show. We'll be back on Monday.
There you guys. I can't believe that was in play.
I know.